eucalyptus. It doesn't just smell great, it does way more things that I bet you realize. Let's change that. Hello everyone, welcome to Adventures in Good Health. You have entered Doc's Herbal Corner. I am your host, David Maloof. Today we are going to talk about eucalyptus, and our expert is Dr. Stephen Tates. Dr. Tates is a naturopath, master herbalist, and he has over half a century of herbal medicine experience. So let's jump right in as we talk eucalyptus with Dr. Tates. Okay, Doc, thank you very much for joining the show.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so now what are we going to talk about today?
Eucalyptus leaf.
Ooh.
Yeah, but actually...
I like the way eucalyptus smells.
Oh, it's a great smell. Oh,
yeah, I like that
one.
It's
a tremendous smell. But in particular, the eucalyptus oil, because eucalyptus can be used as a tea, but...
Okay.
One of the more effective ways is eucalyptus oil, the aroma, okay, is some way, because with the eucalyptus leaf, inhaling or smelling that, like a diffuser or something like that, actually contributes to reducing inflammation because of the scent and the smell and the properties. So this is kind of taking it away from just like, the herbs and stuff, but they're dealing with the, the smells. Okay.
Well, it's a natural approach, but I think there's some chest rubs, aren't there, that people will use that has that eucalyptus smell and they breathe it in. Is that the general idea?
Yeah, that's the general idea. Eucalyptus is also known to help drain the sinuses when the sinuses are clogged, by spraying it, to spray around the house or having it in a diffuser, a few drops, or if you got the sinus congestion, the old-fashioned way where you have some hot water in a pot or a bowl, dropped a few drops of eucalyptus oil in the hot water, covered your head with a towel, inhale to help open up the sinuses. It's that kind of way of using eucalyptus oil. But I want to explain, just what eucalyptus will do. So I'll be looking at some of the notes because there's a lot, and then going into the explanation of it, okay?
Okay, perfect.
Eucalyptus helps with coughs, colds, sinus infections, congestion, can relieve allergies, ease headaches, okay? Help with coughs. And that helps because with all this upper area with the sinus and stuff, infections up in the sinuses, the aroma itself opens up and helps that start to drain down away from the head, not out through the skin, but down from the head and the sinuses and the ears, past the lymph glands and stuff, and out of the system.
And now, a quick word from our sponsor, Dr. Tates Herbal Tinctures and Tonics. Dr. Tates offers the Herbal Blood Tonic, Doc's Detox, Herbal Male Tonic, Herbal Female Tonic, and the Herbal Fat Burner. If you would like to order your tonics or learn more information, you can go to drtates.online. And if you click the link in the description and enter the special promo code Adventures in Good Health 2024, you will receive 10% off your entire order. For more information, click the links below, and now back to the show.
So it's good, as something you inhale, something you breathe, and it smells nice, but it opens stuff up and helps it drain. One of the other things that's important about it is that the eucalyptus is the anti-inflammatory. So, you know how I feel about stuff that reduces inflammation, because all of this is congestion. So it's loosening it up, reducing the inflammation and helping it start to drain. So it helps with that. But even more than that, eucalyptus, like in your home, in a diffuser, wards off mosquitoes and, you know, rodents, roaches, all that kinds of stuff. The creepy crawly things that try to sneak into your house because they cannot stand that strong eucalyptus smell. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. It's used to for coughs and stuff like that. That's why they have that eucalyptus, sometimes eucalyptus and peppermint ointments that you can massage into the chest or something to help with relaxing, draining, and reducing and eliminating that cough in the body. Okay. It's a disinfectant. Okay. It helps with dandruff. It's also an antimicrobial, which in English means that microbes, harmful microbes and bacteria. It helps clear out of the air, clear out of the environment, clear out of your body. So it helps with colds, flus, as I mentioned earlier, and infectious kind of colds includes or infections in the body. So it helps with that tremendously. Okay. So along with that, it's an antiseptic. And antiseptic means it cleans, And it can be good on the surfaces. It can do antiseptic for swelling and pain, massaging, some of the oils, that have the eucalyptus in it. Sometimes you could have some like shea butter or, special lotion, and you can put a few drops of the eucalyptus oil in the lotion and rub it into the joints that are swollen and painful from arthritic pains and joint pain, and it helps reduce that pain and remove the acids like the uric acid and other kind of acids that contribute to the inflammation in that area of the body.
Wow.
I know. Yeah, I know. Who knew about that? It's an antioxidant. So it helps with, destroying or preventing free radicals. Now, understand, I'm explaining this all using eucalyptus oil for external uses. So most of what we talked about is internal, but many of your herbs and stuff can be used in oils and liniments. And as we go through future podcasts, it won't be just what you take internally, but what you can do externally, whether you're breathing it or rubbing it into the skin. So you can get your favorite lotion, and you got that joint pain from workouts or working in the garden or just, arthritic stuff. And it really, really helps reduce that inflammation and helps reduce that pain. People are actually...
When there's essential oils, like from eucalyptus, is that coming from the leaf? Is that extracted from the leaf?
That's coming from the leaf, absolutely.
Coming from the leaf, okay.
Coming from the leaf. Not from the flowers, not from the root, but coming from the leaf, okay? And it's a specialized process because stuff like eucalyptus leaves is more of an extraction. You don't boil it, because you kill the natural oils in it. So there's a different process in preparing that. Okay, but it's easy to buy, the pure, eucalyptus oil, in order to be able to use that. We talked about helping with swelling and pain as an antioxidant. It also helps with brain fog. Brain fog, it's like I'm forgetting things or my mind's been on too many things today and I can't think anymore. And you burning the eucalyptus in like a diffuser or something like that, it cuts down on the brain fog because it's keeping the nerves and stuff stimulated in the brain and it's draining. So if you got a lot of writing or reading or studying or something like that, it keeps your brain from shutting down on you. I'm just saying, I can't take any more because it's just loosening up, the tension from just your own thoughts or work you got to do mentally. That it allows for better oxygen flow and circulation, which stimulates the memory, concentration, and functions of the brain. That's good.
Interesting.
Relieves coughs and colds, sinus infections, a good decongestion. Helps again with, COPD and asthma and bronchitis. And that helps with, as I mentioned earlier, that 3 or 4 drops in a bowl of hot water covering your head. The old grandmother kind of remedy, for
Well, some people will also, they got these little oil like diffusers,
uh-huh.
and I don't really know how they work, but that it's got a little bit of water, and they'll drop a couple of drops of the essential oil, and it comes up as a
Yeah,
very fine mist.
it's a fine
Is that
mist.
essentially the same? Is that doing more
That's
or less the same thing?
That's a diffuser. That's simply the same thing. I got a couple of diffusers in my house, and I'll put water in there and I'll drop a few drops, and it heats it up really quickly, or just mix. Sometimes just mix with the water, and it creates that scent very quickly, and it covers the whole house, and it's got a nice smell to it, So,
Right.
so as well as disinfecting. People with the flu or high temperatures or fevers, use the oil and with some lotion on the chest, the front and back of the chest helps open it up and drain. Breathing helps open it up and drain that congestion we talked about earlier. So I'm
Yes.
giving different categories that the eucalyptus can be used in order to help that body function better. Okay, I like shea butter in particular. Okay, but if you do shea butter, you want the unscented kind because it defeats the purpose if you're going to use shea butter and eucalyptus oil and you have some kind of other scent to it. Not
Yeah.
not a good mixture. Okay, some people use it as a massage oil. I have some massage therapists in the office I'm in today, and I can smell they'll have made their own massage oil, with some shea butter or some other oil, and I can smell the eucalyptus. Sometimes I can smell the eucalyptus and peppermint together. That's a good mixture together because I have a diffuser at home and I got some eucalyptus oil and some peppermint oil. I put a couple of drops of that. Oh, that smells so good. Just opens everything up. Just helps that drink. It's also good for sore throat. You can drop, 1 drop to a cup of warm water and gargle. Don't swallow. So you can have that. You can gargle, reduces inflammation around the gums, helps with that sore throat thing where you're not having to go and buy some chemical junk to deal with your sore throat. But typically,
Right.
you'd want to start with 1 drop, maybe 2, because you don't need much. You don't need much because the eucalyptus oil is really strong. Now, it helps with the immune system and helps with the immune system because it destroys that fungus and bacteria and reduces that inflammation that we talked about. And we've talked about this before. Anything that helps that blood flow move better is only going to help the body start to function and help in its own healing a lot better. This is eucalyptus. Back to sore muscles, sore joints, helps with stiffness, sprains. After strenuous exercises, you can massage that in, to calm the muscles down, to soothe the muscles. Helps with, as I said before, swelling, inflammation. I find with a lot of my people that end up with those bad headaches, migraine type headaches,
Mm-hmm.
having the or menstrual cycle headaches that women will tend to have. You can burn uh, the eucalyptus in a diffuser, and it helps with that. It also helps with women going through menopause because of the inflammation and disruptors of their system. It helps everything move better throughout the body. Uh, and this is plain eucalyptus. Okay, uh, helps with insect bites and stuff. You know, ant bites. Mosquito bites. And you
Does it
mix
actually heal the insect bite, or does it stop the itching?
both. First, it stops the
Both.
itching. Then it
Okay.
speeds up the healing because it reduces the inflammation. And remember, I said it's a microbial, so it's helping deal.
Antimicrobial.
Yeah, so it's helping with infections and stuff. So it does both. First, it gets rid of the itching. Okay, insect bites, bee stings, stuff like that. It's really good for helping that heal better. Now, it also relieves sunburn.
I did not know that.
Yeah, yeah. 2 to 4 drops of eucalyptus uh, in a teaspoon of guess what? What do you think would be a good mixture of the eucalyptus? I know you're not going to be able to guess, uh, that works to help with sunburn. That's pure aloe vera gel.
Okay.
100%.
Pure aloe, because I was actually going to guess not pure aloe vera gel. I would have said aloe vera, maybe.
See, you understand, but the gel, the juice tends to be more, the aloe vera juice tends to be more internally. The gel
Okay.
tends to be more externally because aloe vera gel has been known to help with first and second degree burns. We know that, especially the fresh plant, okay? But then you add a little bit of eucalyptus oil, 2 to 4 drops with the aloe vera on the area you burn. Now you got two powerful ingredients that help with sunburn, or burnt skin from sitting out in the sun too long. So that combination works very well. Um, it helps fight fungus infections. We talked about that before because it's all of its antifungal properties in it. Okay, you can mix it with coconut oil. It helps keep rodents away, chase bed bugs away, chase mosquitoes, anything because the smell is too strong for this sensitive system. So sometimes when you're dealing with roaches or something like that, and you don't want to
Right.
use some of that, chemical sprays or be breathing that stuff in, adding the eucalyptus oil uh, with another oil, like it could be olive oil or some other kind of oil, and spray around the areas where they would tend to pop up. They'll move over to the next door neighbor's house, okay,
Oh,
and leave you alone. Now you can't help the next door neighbor, but it's like they're being evicted. It's like, oh man, I gotta leave here now, because of them using that secret weapon. It's like raid to roaches, and you start spraying it, to help
right.
to kill that, Well, they won't necessarily kill them, but it'll chase them away. It'll be like they can't stand that smell because you know how strong that is, and that's just not going to work for them. That's a lot of what the eucalyptus is about. Now, you can't take it as a tea, but you also want to use it as an oil. Now, you've always asked me, who can't take the eucalyptus oil? Okay. Some
Okay.
people are sensitive to all kind of perfumes or essential oils anyway, even though they're beneficial. So those people obviously fall into the case. You don't want to use eucalyptus around babies. Too strong. Okay.
Okay.
Children, I want to say children under 5, but especially infants. Okay.
All right. So children under 5 can be very sensitive. You don't want to use it around.
And infants.
But especially babies.
Yeah. Pregnant women. Mm-mm. Elderly people who are convalescents or stationary. Okay. It's not good. And some people who are asthmatic, and having that problem with breathing and stuff, because it may open it up too quick. But, young babies, pregnant mothers, that smell is just too strong and too irritating. Other than that, unless you have a unique sensitivity to smell, and I know some people that they can't stand any essential oils, any fragrance oils, any perfume oils. They don't wear none of that kinds of stuff or put that on. So there's some people with that unique sensitivity. Other than that, everybody else is fine, as far as the draining. I have some of my young ladies that have been suffering with migraines and stuff or menstrual cycle headaches and stuff. And I've started recently recommending them to use the eucalyptus oil in the diffuser. So they got the diffuser, start using the eucalyptus oil. Those migraine kind of headaches and stuff, it just eases it, because they have that kind where they're light sensitive. The lights got to be out, the TV's got to be out, everything's got to be dark. They can't stand any noises. And as they start using the eucalyptus oil in a diffuser or sprayed in the house, it is just really, really help ease and get rid of the migraines so much faster because it's opening it up and draining the congestion and tightness in the head down and out through their body.
Yeah, that's a long list of things that eucalyptus can do. And I mean, I've obviously the chest rub. I've heard of it in diffusers. I did not know there was a tea.
Yeah, and you got the head thing with the hot water and a few drops to breathe that in.
Hot water, a few drops of the essential oil, or wow.
Yeah. The joint pain.
That covered a lot of ground.
Yeah, joint pains. Remember with the aloe vera and stuff like that.
Yes.
Or for burns and stuff like that.
I was about to say the Sunburn aloe vera gel.
Yeah.
And a few drops
of the eucalyptus oil.
Of the eucalyptus.
Yeah. And then massage that in the areas that gently that have that sunburn. And first it will get rid of the sunburn pain. And as you get rid of the sunburn pain, then it's just going to make everything just work so much better.
Doc, we definitely appreciate you taking time to educate us on the powers of eucalyptus.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I like to expand, so that people get new herbs, new experiences, so that, that would work well.
Thank you, Doc.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Tates, for sharing all that information with our audience. And speaking of audience, I'm talking to you. Thank you very much for watching, for liking, and for engaging. Now, a favor. Please press the subscribe button. That way, as we post new videos, you will be the first to be notified. And that's it. So until next week, this is David Maloof exploring natural approaches to good health. That does it for this episode of Adventures in Good Health. We would like to hear from you regarding this podcast and any suggestions you have for future podcasts. You can reach us at Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Please subscribe and leave a rating or a review.